Yeah, there are quite a lot of problems. Basically, this is not because of their fault, but it's the economic factors.
Yes.
Largely, we have situations where employment is no longer available in Zambia, and this has brought about a lot of poverty levels are quite high. Our girls start prostitution at much early time. They get involved in these boys around having sex, unprotected sex. The end result is that these people are actually bringing in children who they are not able to look after. I'm sorry to say this, but this is the reality.
And the house, of course, it had not been built according to any plan, so there have no road as such, no sanitary things as such, and no water system. Electricity, ZESCO started 2 years ago to put some pond, so they connect the electricity. But it's still very few houses who have electricity. All the rest have no electricity at all. So it is a compound with a lot of people who have no proper accommodation. House poor, and water and sewage and electricity practically inexistent.
Sometimes.
Like I was saying, this place is all full of garbage.
Yes.
The sanitation. The underground of this compound is rocks. For building some storage system is not easy. But the question is, in the rainy season, if the rain is quite good rainy season, the water is not infiltrating very quickly. But all those latrines become filled by the water and overflow, and is where you have the cholera and disease like this, or dysentery, or whatever it is. Why? Because it's a consequence of the whole sanitary system, which is not existing and will not easy to put. It makes everything is possible, but you see you need to dig and with a special machine to break the rocks and to put a pipe and so on and so forth. So it's not impossible. Everything nowadays is possible, but for the time being, it is not existing. And that cannot be done by hand, by the people. No, it's too complicated because, as I say, the underground is rocks. And also, if it was a bit on a hill, it will be, the evacuation could be following some system, but it is flat. So it is a problem. It is a big problem.
Cleaning water is also a problem. I think you believe when you came in, you saw where we're drawing our water from. So people need clean drinking water.
We're here in St. Catherine's Nursery working on a clean water supply for the school itself. What you're looking at originally was the water supply, which was only basically a tap in the ground. And what happened was, over a period of time, excess water collected, it became stagnant. Malaria, cholera, all other diseases were prevalent in this area. An attempt was made to try and do something about this. And as we move around, we'll show you what happened. Over to this side, we see basically a sump, for a better description. What happens now is the excess water is now drained into this area, and because the soil is so porous, it can disperse. This will be finished off with small stones on top, a sheet of plastic, and the original soil spread back out over it again. If we move forward just, we'll see how the top now is fixed. What's that picture? Okay, this is the new place for the water tap. Any excess water now gathers in this area and is drained with a pipe just back into the sump here. So the theory would be that there is no puddle anymore, there is no stagnant water, and hopefully diseases will be minimal.